Hey everybody, we all get stuck creatively from time to time with our writing. Maybe our characters won't do what we want them to, or every sentence we start to write ends up sounding like it was a dark and stormy night. That 85,000 word novel about your life's journey that's been percolating in your head for a decade? Right now, it's like 3 poorly conceived paragraphs, your grocery list, and maybe a semi coherent rant about how much writing sucks. We have all been there. Writing is hard, but just because you're stuck doesn't mean you have to fall down this rabbit hole of self-doubt and procrastination and nonsense. I'm here to give you 3 really easy, actionable ways to kind of jumpstart your creativity. The first one is really simple. Get out into nature. Get a change of location. I find when I'm outside, when I'm outdoors, my brain quiets, ideas just start to flow. I take a lot of inspiration and power from being out. When I don't know what to do, I take a walk around my neighborhood. If I'm really stuck, I try to take a long weekend away someplace where there's mountains or trees or water, and everything just kind of seems to flow into place. I am walking the walk today too. I am standing here in a bamboo jungle in the middle of Oklahoma City, of all places, right? This is a quirky little slice of heaven. My friend Michelle is here for a week. She is going through doing her final draft on her incredible novel, and she came up here to just kind of get some new perspective on things, and I came up for the day, and it's been amazing. There is a old-timey telephone booth sitting in the middle of the yard, and like now I want to write a time travel story. Even though I've never written anything remotely like that. And around the corner here is this human-sized metal rooster that I just know is going to end up as yard art in one of my trashier characters' backyards, right? Like, the point being is I'm here in a new place, and new ideas are coming at me a mile a minute, and I'm inspired. And that's because I'm someplace new. So get out and get out of your comfort zone and get into nature. Even if it doesn't work out writing-wise, come on, road trips 98% of the time end up with like 1 or 2 good stories out of it, so it's not going to be time wasted. My second tip for you is to be fearless. Being a writer means being brave, and being brave means not being afraid to fail, because not every plot twist you come up with is going to be good. Not every theme or novel idea that you have is going to pan out, and that hilarious in your head bit of dialogue could just end up falling flat when you put it on paper, and that's okay. That's all part of the process. It's okay to suck from time to time, right? Because everybody does it. All those novels that you love, I guarantee the author went through some steaming piles of poo to get to that final piece that resonates so powerfully with you, right? Like, to get to the gold, you got to pan through all the slush. And to do that, you have to be afraid. You can't be afraid. Sorry, ignore me. You cannot be afraid to fail, okay? Explore every weird and crazy idea you have, every dumb thought that pops into your head at 3 in the morning. Put it on paper, see if it works. If it doesn't, no one has to know. That's what delete is for, okay? And somewhere in there, you're going to find that gem, but you can't do it if you're afraid. So embrace the ability to suck, because we all suck from time to time. It's not you that suck. It might be your idea, and no one even has to know you had it. Now, my third tip is a little more pragmatic, a little more actionable, and it's something you can do when you're having a hard time figuring out exactly who your character is or what motivates them. And that is to try to write a scene or a story about them from a different time period in their life than where your novel is set. It might sound like a waste of time, but it's really not. Why is your main character so riddled with doubt? Go back to elementary school or high school or college and figure out what happened to her. Who knows? Maybe she had an abusive boyfriend, or maybe, she's just always been this dork. You don't know until you explore that time period and figure her out. Maybe you have a character now who he's just completely money obsessed and all about his Benjamins, and he's just driven to succeed, right? Write a story about him when he's retired. Maybe he's braiding hair and renting beach chairs in the Caribbean somewhere and happier than he's ever been. you know? Like, find out who your character was and think about who your character might become, and it'll better inform who your character is now. Now, you can't worry about whether that's going to end up in the story. If it does, that's great. If it doesn't, that's great too, because it's made you know your character better, which means your reader is going to know your character better too. It's going to build a bigger, richer story for them, and that's what you want. So those are my 3 tips for the day. If you want more tips or to connect with me for critique, you can visit my website. It's I'mAllWrite, WRITE.com. And I have been a writer for 20 years, an editor for 20 years. I love working with writers and helping them craft their stories and improve. And I really want to build my business in this area, so my prices right now are super affordable. So I hope to hear from you soon. I hope your writing is going well. And be brave. There's a lot of power in it.